Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for today's daily video devotional. And today I just wanted to talk about sharing the gospel. As we're going through a worldwide crisis right now, it might be that you're getting questions from unbelieving friends about who God is, what your faith is about, and why you have hope. We see in 1 Peter 3:15 that we should always be prepared to give an answer to anyone who asks us why we have the hope that we have. And so we need to be prepared for that. And so I wanted to just give you some tips on sharing the gospel. Now, first of all, I want to encourage you that you do not need to have all the answers. You may have people asking you questions that you don't know the answer to. Why would God allow this? Why would a good God bring such devastation? It's okay to say, I don't know. But then you can tell them what you do know. And you can tell them the gospel of Jesus Christ. So I'm going to give you 4 truths that you can just have in your mind that will help you remember all the different parts of the gospel. Because the question that I get a lot is, well, what if I forget something? I don't want to leave something out. So these 4 truths, if you can remember 4 things, that's going to act as an outline for you so that when you have an opportunity to share the gospel, you'll feel more confident that you can share the complete gospel. So the first is the truth about God. The gospel always starts with God. So you tell the individual what you know about God. God is holy. He's the creator. He has all authority over his creation. He is perfect. He is light. In him there is no darkness at all. These are all things that you can tell someone about God. The second truth of the gospel is the truth about sin. So we start with the truth about God and now the truth about sin. And tell them about what sin is. Sin separates us from God. Sin is the opposite of everything that God is. While God is holy and perfect, sin is darkness and devastation. Sin is anything we think, say, or do that breaks God's law, that separates us from him and violates his perfection. So that's the truth about sin. The Bible also tells us that the wages of sin is death. We all deserve death because of our sin, eternal separation from God. The third truth of the gospel is the truth about Jesus. So you've got the truth about God, the truth about sin, and the truth about Jesus. Jesus is eternal. He is God. Jesus was with God from the beginning, but then he came to earth in the form of a person, took on our flesh like we have, and he walked a life, but he did it sinlessly. He did not sin as every other person who's walked earth has. He is completely sinless. And because of that, he was able to bear the penalty for our sins, which was death. So when he died on the cross, he was taking our penalty, our punishment on himself. And then we also learn in the Bible that Jesus didn't stay dead. After 3 days, he rose again. And that showed that God approved of his sacrifice and that he had defeated death forever. And then the fourth truth of the gospel is the truth about man's response. So you've got the truth about God, the truth about sin, the truth about Jesus, and the truth about man's response. You see, man has to respond to what God has done through Jesus. It's not just that everybody automatically gets forgiven. It's like if you get a birthday present and it's wrapped beautifully, it doesn't do you any good unless you open it up. You have to do something with it. And so when you get to this part of the gospel, this is an opportunity to get the other person talking and ask them, what do you think about these things? Have you ever heard this before? Have you ever committed your life to Jesus? And that just having that exchange with the individual and giving them an opportunity to respond to the gospel. And so once more, those truths are the truth about God, the truth about sin, the truth about Jesus, and the truth about man's response. And I hope that as you remember these 4 truths of the gospel, it will give you more confidence the next time you have an opportunity to share the gospel with someone, that you can give them that gospel and give them a full account of what Christ has done, and hopefully lead them to a saving faith in Jesus. Thanks. You guys have a great day.